Are you coming? Asking Jungkook, breaking his thought. They looked at him, saw he was holding the door open. For they, his cheek colored with embarrassment, and he nodded while biting his tongue. When had they arrived, they got out of the car, and their helper come to receive them. They were gonna stay there at night of his parents, so they bought a small bag with him, since he needed some things. What? Are you staying for months? The inquired formed, and Jungkook, when unaware he was being serious. No, they said and started walking in front of him. He rolled his eyes at they and started following him. All of a sudden he was feeling nervous again. As soon as they reached the hall, Theung's jaw hit the ground and his heart was turned in his chest. At the same as Jungkook, he gripped Theung's hand in nervousness, but he was too busy to notice his hand. Surprised, about 15 people were screamed their lungs out, making both of them was stumble back. They murmured a small curse under his breath. They didn't usually curse, but this was ridiculous. Why was the whole family were invited? He knew Jungkook would not feel good about it. He didn't know what would be his reaction. What if he got mad and left? Hey, they only embarrassed they. And around. He winked at him and laughed under his breath. He was going to pay for this. He greeted Jungkook and gave him a side hug. They had no time to see Jungkook's reaction as he was dragged by his cousins. After a polite hug by his mother and a kiss on her forehead for Kim, he looked over the shoulder to see that Capsy was confused. Wow, look at you. You're glowing, Mahara. His cousins beamed, and she approached him. They focused a smile on his face. It wasn't that he didn't like their cousin. It just unexpected, and he was still a bit uneasy to see Jungkook on his own. He didn't know if he would be mad at him or what. Am I? They smiled, and Mara grabbed his hand and dragged him to her siblings and cousins. Mara was the daughter of his uncle for his father's side, with two brothers. Mara, I think I should go back to Jungkook. He doesn't know anyone. Whoa, you're already dying to be in your husband's arm. I know you can't just live without him. All that, but we just need you. So, you may not go. They suffocated at his arm by Mara. He didn't know it. They had barely been in the able. He could even count on his fingers. Okay, they nodded. So, tell me about how's your husband and how's your study? They said. They both stood in the balcony under the moonlight. He scored. We are getting married in less than 6 months. Either way, am I will invited you unlike you. She narrowed her eyes at him. They didn't want to discuss his wedding day and expect his family and friends, which was only had involved. No one knew that his ex-fiancé had been Jungkook, and that was being a benefit to his family, because there won't be any nagging for anyone them. Don't complain to me. I didn't send invitations. My parents did. They apologized. Mara nodded in understanding. Yeah, I know how grumpy your dad can be. Hey, I love my dad. I never said you didn't. Whatever. Okay, tell me about how he's in bed. Mara winked. That's too damn personal. Even though mirror thoughts of him and Jungkook in the same bed were horrified him and his blush even more deepened, there was never going to be happy, ever. Mara chuckled and bumped her shoulder with Theung's. Jungkook was trying to smiling at the people who keep bugging him. He had never faced a situation like this, where Theung's cousins were gathered all around him. They were acting like it was short of king. He enjoyed the respect, but he didn't enjoy that putting him above themselves. He wasn't a celebrity or something. He wanted admired to anyone or even himself, but his eyes were searching for the one he came here with, his wife. Where was he? Maybe he was enjoying with everyone. Where he was, sitting in the couch and smiling forcefully. He was thirsty, but the hesitation won't let him ask anyone for the water. He was suddenly nervous to even ask for the water, but the things were there. If he asked a glass of water, they would provide him, which he didn't want attention. He never liked that. So he sat there with a dry thought, a cousin of the young Kambam, and started chatting. A man was so associated with the business, so the talk between them was not that boring. The dinner was served after a few hours, and they sat around the dining table. Jungkook couldn't help but look for Tae. God, why was he so anxious to see him? A few weeks ago, he won't even care if he was around or not, and now look at him. A smile was gazed at his lips, and he thought he was walking down to the chair, laughing at something the woman beside him said. He watched him as he stepped gracefully. It had been when he catch his eyes, they stopped laughing and gave him a small smile. They ignored his cousin. He walked toward him and sat down in the chair. They were pulled out just beside him. Hey, smile, he said. Jungkook beamed at him. Hey, they didn't try you out, did they? I'm so sorry. I had no idea they all would be. Covering the hand with his huge one, he shook his head and smiled. It's all right. I didn't mind. Are you sure? Because you be in your room if you want to. They formed.